information video in lieu, sadly, that we can't meet face to face. My name's Mark Hayward, I'm the principal of the Royal School, and I'm absolutely delighted to welcome you and your children into the Royal School family. We've got a few things that we're going to go through, and we'll send this out so that you've got a copy of it too, to make sure that you can see exactly about our expectations and what you might have to do to support us. I think the first thing is, if you've been to one of our open days, you'll realise is that the Royal School is different, and we do that for a purpose. We're really here for the development of character, personal development, things that Ofsted last summer found to be outstanding at the Royal School. We have a passion here for developing the whole person, truly holistic, and we believe strongly that 60% of the success of people, young people, is about their character, their resilience, their ability to think, their ability to solve problems, to communicate, and to be effective leaders. That doesn't happen in the classroom. That happens in the wider experience as they travel through. The Royal School is a place of diversity. It's a place of excitement. It's a place of laughter. And it's a place where really your children will thrive. Whatever their aptitudes, whatever their abilities, whatever their passions. And we will make sure with you as a parent that they will go on to the success that they want in the future. And it's what they want, perhaps not you or I, but it's actually really strongly about young people, their ambitions, their talents, and those will change. We will offer a range of stimulus throughout their 7-year journey. This is different from primary school, and we'll see that as we go through. But very much it's about them as an individual in a larger community. And we've got lots of structures and systems, but most importantly people, that will make sure that when they do arrive, they feel part of this Royal School family. And those are words that are used by pupils who've been through the school and constantly talk about whether they're a boarder from Spain or Germany or Bulgaria or from Wolverhampton. And they talk about the family feel of being part of this community. And we start today in the chapel, a very important part of us, a central part to where we spend time, for reflection, for thought, for making sure that we understand what it means to be part of this family and how we support each other. Now, the school has got a long 170-year history. It was started as an orphanage, and it's lovely to think that now, 170 years later, we support vulnerable youngsters from unaccompanied asylum-seeking children, looked after children, and children of all sorts, from all over Europe and beyond. And we're very proud of the work that we do for vulnerable youngsters, and those with special educational needs, and those who are high attainers and really want to push themselves further, and aim for Oxbridge and Russell Group universities. That diversity makes us a fascinating place, and a really great place to share experiences and share time together. That comes with high expectations, the highest, about uniform, particularly about the way we treat people, with kindness, and making sure that all of our systems and all of our people work with the same common themes. As we can see, Ofsted visited last year and found personal development to be outstanding. They found much else here that was of a great strength. And the Telegraph quoted us in February this year as the most oversubscribed outstanding school in England. And that isn't earned by anything other than hard work, by diligence, and by empathy, and understanding where people start, what we need to do to support them to get to where they want to go. However that evolves and changes as we throw things at them in terms of experiences and trips and excursions and learning in the widest possible sense, in sport, music, drama, outdoors, indoors, wherever. The school day, moving from primary, is going to be slightly different. Most primary schools, you have one teacher. Here, you'll have 6 lessons, academic lessons every day, interspersed with breaks and lunches. And there you'll meet 6 different teachers probably, and you'll move around the building. It's not daunting, it looks a big building, but it's easy to navigate. With a one-way system to make everybody going in the same direction, and with older pupils really looking out for the younger pupils. It'll be a matter of a brace of time before you actually feel as if you really are part of the community. And most importantly, as you'll see on the slide, we have a period 7. Most schools don't. And this is a period 7 which we call our enrichment period. 3:25 to 4:35, 4 days a week. And we have 103 different range of activities that are available to you. Some are sport, some are music, some are drama. Some are aesthetic, like film club. It might be drama. It might be macrame or crocheting. It could be anything. It could be what you want, if you make that choice. But those are to broaden your mind, to expose you to different things, to enable you to work with different groups of pupils in different year groups, to get the most out of the experience. And it's part of a rewarding period of time. And you'll meet different members of staff who may not teach you, but will be with you in those periods to develop your experience. As you move through school, we offer the Duke of Edinburgh Award and the Combined Cadet Force, Army and RAF. And those are really good experiences about teamwork and leadership, which you can take on into the world of business and work beyond the walls of the school. In the mornings, you'll be dropped off on Goldthorpe Road at the back in the new pupil entrance that will take you onto the playground. If you arrive before 8:30, you can come onto the playground and around into your space within school. But we do expect people to be punctual. It's part of our values about respect. If people are going to be late, we'd ask you to phone to let us know. And if pupils are going to be absent, phone the main reception and things will be recorded and we can follow up and support in the way that we need to. It's very clear in the Ofsted inspection that our broad and rich communicate and curriculum really communicates our excitement and our engagement. And that's what the pupils demonstrated and what they do in day out. I have a belief that education is best kept out of the classroom at times, and we encourage lots of field trips and excursions on the site. We have 25 acres to explore, and also beyond the bounds of the school, to the hills and valleys and cities that surround us. We are a busy school, and we do expect everybody to take part in that experience. You also want to know how well your children are doing, to make sure that we're intervening at the right times, to make sure that they're making the progress that they should be. Because that is important. That will get them the certificates, the grades that they need to progress to the next stage of their lives. We have 5 learning cycles in a year, 7 weeks long. They have an assessment in part of that, they have a review period. That information is presented to you. And we encourage you to interact with the teachers, the form tutors, the heads of house, and ourselves at any time. If you have a question, ask. We have a very broad curriculum and we want to maintain that. We don't restrict it. We allow students to make choices. We start our GCSE curriculum after Key Stage 3 at the end of Year 8 and moving into Year 9. It gives us the opportunity in Year 9, 10 and 11 to broaden our curriculum, to make it ever more exciting, rather than just teaching to the curriculum and the exam. And we believe that makes interested learners, the staff, enjoy the opportunity to show diversity within their subject. And we then help them, and we have a very strong careers system that works from the primary school all the way through to the senior school. And we want to make sure that we advise at the critical periods, and Erica Kendall is available to everybody whenever you want to make an appointment, whether you're in Year 7, 8, 9, 10 or whatever. And it's important that you get good, impartial advice, not necessarily from your subject teachers who may have a different view, but impartial advice about what is best for you. We have an experience of work experience and making sure that you get the real life experience of what it's like to follow that particular career, whether that's dentistry, law, veterinary science or being a doctor. And that's really important. We also offer the opportunity and make sure that every child enters in Year 7 is screened for SEND issues. Some which may not have been seen before, some which may enable us to help a little better to make sure that learning is more of a positive experience. So everybody will be screened. That information will be shared with you as parents to make sure that we all know how this works. Our philosophy here is that around the child is a triangle. The child is one corner, you as parents form one of the others, and we as a school form the third. And the idea is that if we keep communicating between the three of us, between the pupil, the parents and the school, we will make good judgments for your child and make sure that they're making good decisions for themselves. The school is purposely designed as a family environment. I've mentioned that earlier, and that's what the pupils say of us. So we have vertical tutor groups, which means that students from years 7 to 11 will be in the same group. It gives the opportunity, like in a normal family, for older brothers and sisters, older people within the school who've been through the system, know the school well, to support the younger pupils as they move through, to be that hand on the shoulder, to guide them, to support them, to give them some shortcuts to information and systems that they need to know. It's been very successful and a long-standing feature of our school. We have 4 houses: Balmoral, Buckingham, Sandringham and Windsor, and 4 members of staff: Mr Benson, Mr Bagnall, Miss Mulvey and Mrs Goodland, all who lead a team of tutors focused on the individual to make sure that nothing gets in the way of learning and having a positive experience, so that your son or daughter will run out of the gate at 4:35 every day with a smile on their face, keen to tell you about their experiences from each and every day. So those houses, we have sports, we have music competitions, we have a range of opportunities where there's a very healthy sense of competition, but equally there's a very strong pastoral support system to make sure that whenever anybody trips, there's somebody there to pick them up, dust them down, get the right support in place for them, and to make sure they kind of smile and move on to the next stage. It's not perfect, nothing ever is. And sometimes we make mistakes, and sometimes I know as a parent I've made mistakes. The critical point is that we communicate, we talk to each other. We raise a concern when it's real, not sometime later when it's begun to fester and get worse. There are most things we can support and we can help you solve problems, and we can do the same here. So those are key people for you to meet, and you'll have more details about those later. And they will be your first point of contact along with the tutor in school. You can always make an appointment, phone up the school reception or drop in, and they can make an appointment so that we can meet, and the key people that you need to meet will be there. And it was found again in the Ofsted only 6 months ago that we have a highly effective pastoral support system, particularly for our vulnerable children, whatever they might be, but also for every other pupil. There are some other key staff that you will come across over the next period of time. Mrs Dent is our safeguarding lead. She's our designated safeguarding lead for all of the school. And she has an office in the centre of the school and is easily found. Mrs Hale is in charge as Vice Principal in terms of curriculum learning and teaching, and helps advise and support teaching. We have an NHS school nurse on site throughout the school day. We have a school counsellor who visits every week. Any member of staff, whether in the dining hall, the cleaners, the domestic staff, or your teachers, know what to do and how to support you as a pupil all the way through. And we also engage very positively with external agencies, social workers, social carers, the NHS, with the school nurse system, wherever we need to make the experience good for you. So the lesson 7 I've explained is really part of our personal development programme, something which is central to probably 30 or 40% of what we're focused on here. It's not just the academic subjects of geography, history, maths and English. It's your character, your personal development. And you'll have a choice of what you do. And there is an e-portfolio that you will build up over 5 years of the range of experiences and your reflections on that as you go through school. And those become something of a record that you can draw upon to actually explain to universities and employers the kind of things you've done. For example, if you wanted to be a dentist, you've got to show the ability for fine motor skills. Doing embroidery or macrame or crochet is a very good way of evidencing on an application form that actually you've done that, you have those skills, or playing a musical instrument. So they're for a variety of activities. Some are aesthetic, to do with beauty and art and culture. Some are about personal development, like the CCF and Duke of Edinburgh Award. Some are sport, and some are just for fun. Some are for you to have silent reading sessions. The Jane Austen Reading Appreciation Club, the Debate Society. And if there's something that you would like us to do, ask, make it happen, and we look forward to seeing that. And as with every school, we like to reward students, and we have a very strong reward system which is based through the house system and comes back to our values. And our values are critical in everything we do, whether it's a reward, a sanction, an achievement, anything else. Our first value is that of respect. It's to make sure that we respect ourselves, each other, where we work and where we learn, and make sure we use the best use of our time. Second is about initiative, creativity if you like. And I want you to try new things, to try new ideas, to knock on my door and ask for a new society to be started, to think out of the box. We also have trust. And we do expect that if you left something in somewhere in the school, it would be there when you came back. And that's the case. Very few doors are locked. We do expect that we trust each other. We value each other's property. We value each other's personal space and opinions. And that trust enables us to work really well together. And our fourth value is about community. As you've seen, that's really important to us. Absolutely crucial. And as we meet in this chapel where the community is at its strongest, it's really important that you buy into that and play your part, whatever that might be. Whether it's academic, sport, music, drama, or just your sense of humour. All of that matters. And our final value, our fifth value, is about risk. And that's really important to me. Because we need to learn to fail. We need to try things and not get it right. We learn so much about what we're learning about, our subject, and about ourselves. And that sense of humility in trying to be better, to make improvements each time. So those are our values, and they underpin both our rewards and any sanctions that may happen. And those are reported to parents instantaneously. And we have a school app that you can pick up on those. So that triangle of support about the child, your son and daughter, you as a parent and your responsibility to support the work of the school, and also the school to make sure we get it right as much as we possibly can do and keep in contact. That's really important. So our ethos, our high expectations and exceptionally rich curriculum, as Ofsted identified, is increasingly recognised by our parents as being unique. So part of that is about our uniform. You'll see students around the city proudly wearing their uniform and walking with their tie done up, their shirts tucked in, whether it's in their sports kit or whether in their normal uniform. It matters to us to say that we're proud to be part of this Royal School family. And we don't wear trainers, we wear business shoes. And in the sixth form we wear suits because we mean business in what we do. We also take our internet safety seriously too. So that your son and daughter and you as parents will have to sign to say that you understand for the privilege of using the internet and the computing systems, that actually there is a responsibility that comes with that, and that we'll all do our very best to remain safe online. And we have a curriculum across the subjects where we support that view. Induction day is normally a kind of festivity of excitement, and towards the end of this term. Sadly, we're not going to be able to do that in the way that we would normally do. But we are going to be inviting those pupils into school to get some flavour, to orient themselves around the corridors in a safe, socially distanced and secure manner. We take our responsibilities seriously about your safety, but we do welcome you in towards the end of this term. and hope that we can see you then. In all of this, as you will gather, I'm sure, communication is absolutely key. We have a Twitter account for the school, and you can see what goes on and things are posted about sports and music and drama. We have a Facebook account and an Instagram account. All areas are put in there. But you as a parent have something called School Gateway. So if there's a trip, you can pay for the trip and book a place on the ski trip, or on the trip to Gambia, or on something to the Iron Bridge Museums. So you can book and pay online. It makes things simple from your mobile phone. On there, you also see the rewards. So whenever your son or daughter gets a kind of a positive comment, it'll ping up on your phone. Equally, if they've failed to do a homework or something else, their sanctions will appear. Now those are not just a log and just say, okay, they're for you to initiate a conversation at home. To say, what's this about? Well done, congratulations. But equally, what's going on here? How do we make sure that doesn't occur again? So that communication is absolutely critical. And it works in two ways, from you to us and us to you. To make sure that throughout the journey for the youngster, your son or daughter, is as seamless as it possibly can be. The road will have bumps, inevitably. And what we hope to do is to even out those bumps, the peaks and the troughs, to work collaboratively with you and I and my team to make sure they have a really good experience. So we do have an open door policy. You can come to reception or phone reception and make an appointment to see whoever you choose. Every half term we have a parents' forum, which has no agenda. We meet in Victoria Hall in the school and we listen to your views. And on many occasions, like uniform and sports kit, we've taken those views on board and made changes where they're due. We have a really active Parent-Teachers Association and I encourage you to be part of that. It doesn't have a clique, it's welcoming, it does Christmas fairs, it does bonfire nights in November, and it raises huge amounts of money that goes straight back to the pupil's experience, whether that's in benches or trips or excursions. And we have a very, very active and talented group of governors who are present in the school on frequent occasions to make sure they know their school, to make sure that we stay true to our values and our ethos and are doing our very best for our young people. So let's move forward to September. What happens in September, the first day of term? A lot of information will come to you over the summer holidays. Have a look at it. If there's anything of concern, be in touch. On the first day of term, and we will publish that depending on the changes that we may have to make with the current crisis, you'll be dropped off on the Goldthorne Road behind the school. Big black double gates will be open and staff will be welcoming pupils in. And then they'll go straight to the theatre, which is across the playground, and they'll all be in there together. And they'll be welcomed by key members of staff, their tutors, their heads of house. And from there, they'll go off to their tutor groups. The tutor who's going to develop that relationship over a period of time, and those students in different year groups are going to be there to support them, to mentor them, and to lead. And then lesson 1 to 4 will be with their tutor, getting to know them, some ice-breaking activities. Selecting what they do in period 7, and looking at the other members of the form and their experience, and sharing what they've had, their experiences over the period of time. And then we'll have lunch. Initially, for year 7, they'll go in first and have priority in the dining room. And at those points, we have a digital image of a finger, and that enables them to access their food. And again, on the school gateway, should you feel the need, you can see what they've had for lunch. So 15 donuts suddenly appear on your account. You might want to question about food choices, as I would about my staff in allowing that to happen. At the end of the first day, it'll be 3:20, and we'll leave from the same gateway. And staff will be there to come meet you if you have any questions. The school has grown, certainly in my time here, from 2011 to today. When I first arrived, we had 367 children. We now have nearly 1,400. But in questionnaires and interviews, Ofsted found that the large number of pupils joining almost all year groups have settled in quickly and now feel they belong to the school. They accept the school's high expectations and they value all it has to offer. And they found that the pupils are very proud of their school. And that happens when we all work together, collaboratively, with all of the values that I've explained so far. This is such an exciting time for your children. Daunting a bit, I'm sure. But they've got a 7-year journey, lots of opportunity, that they don't even know yet what they might want to do. They have talents that even you haven't seen, that will only come out in association with new pupils from different parts of the world, new staff who are passionate about their subjects, and new experiences in all parts of the planet that will actually stimulate, excite, and make them think so that they become the citizens of tomorrow, the leaders that will make a difference. Thank you for listening. I hope there's been some information that's been useful. There'll be a lot more information to follow.